The acoustics.
Wow, you really treated this room.
I know, yeah.
Must be all the Ariana posters.
Yeah,
really.
who needs egg cartons when you have Ariana posters?
Shrines, I should say.
One poster. It's just one. And a mouse pad. Don't look at the weight.
But, anyways, welcome back to the Roasting 20's podcast, where we flame, grill,
And broil
everything that sucks about being in your 20s. I'm Brendan, now 23, and it's just the same old shit, different day.
Mike Will Made It said it best, I guess. I'm Derek. I'm still 22, and I had my first home-cooked meal in about a month, so I'm feeling good.
Feeling good. Feeling great. You know, you have a natural glow to you today.
Yeah, I think it's because I have some actual nourishment. You know, I'm not just like living off of, you know, mixed nuts and granola.
Electrolytes. Wow.
What are those? What's nutrition?
Vitamins?
No.
Maybe a vegetable?
No, wait. Let's not get crazy.
All right, we'll take it back a step.
Right. So today we're going to be talking about new beginnings.
New beginnings of your 20s. What are you going to get into?
How can we talk about all the things that come with your 20s if we can't talk about how it all began?
Right, humble beginnings in your 20s.
It sucked, so technically we can still talk about it. You know what I mean?
It's the journey. It's where we all begin when we get up to those not teen years.
You're like right at like the day before your 20th birthday. You're like, oh my gosh, it's a whole new era. It's a whole new decade of my life. You're all the way up here. And then the day after, it's all just this for the next decade.
Right. I hope y'all like graphs, because it's all downhill from here.
Yeah. Well, especially like 20 sucks because you just want to be 21.
Right.
Then you're 21 and you're like, oh, this is great. But then the second you turn 22, you're like, all right, now what?
Right. It's like...
Suddenly, you just wait to be 30?
Right. Birthdays don't matter. Life isn't real.
Also, it's New Year's.
It's coming up, yes.
It's Happy New Year's, everybody. This is coming out on New Year's. Happy New Year.
Woo!
We're out of 2020. The hellscape that was 2020.
We did it.
And we're into a new hellscape of 2021.
Right. Hell to come.
Yeah. I can't wait for all the misery that's yet to come for this year. It's going to be great.
Right. I mean, we've gotten past all the... Why don't we look back at, like, good things about 2020? Like, just name one good thing.
Brendan, I asked you that last episode, and you couldn't name a single
Well, you
thing.
asked, like, it personally relating to me. I just want to talk about one thing that happened in 2020 that, like, you look back fondly on. I can start if you want.
Yeah. Give me something to work on.
So, one thing that I was happy about 2020 that people kind of forget about. Parasite.
Okay.
That won.
It did
Best
win.
Picture.
Yes.
At the Oscars.
Yes.
A foreign film.
A foreign film won at the Oscars for Best Picture. Yeah, I will give you that.
Yes.
But we can't talk about the Grammys because snubs, as usual.
What's there to talk about? Scammies. Politickies.
You know what? And what else happened in 2020? Was there anything else?
I'm sure there was.
There was
something about a virus.
Yeah, that's still a thing.
Yeah, been there, done that.
I haven't done that yet. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, I've never tested positive for that, and I'm still trying to hang on to that.
That's the one thing in 2020 I didn't test positive for.
True.
So I'm just happy for that. That's the one thing I'm happy. 2020, I didn't get coronavirus.
Same.
Maybe because I actually stayed inside.
Well, as of recording, we still have a couple
Wait, the test. I just got the text. The test is in, and we'll have to find our next episode. If Derek Reuter has coronavirus. Stay tuned.
Clickbait?
You won't believe this crazy text I got during this podcast. You'll never believe it.
The answer will blow your mind.
Literally no. That's the one thing we need to leave in 2020 is clickbait on YouTube.
Please. It's never going to happen, but...
The huge emojis on the side, the like... The shocked faces.
Right, telling you how you're supposed to feel watching it.
They take, like, a thumbnail picture that's not even close to anything that actually happens in the actual video.
Right. I prank my girlfriend so mean.
And it's, like, her gravestone. What were you like... Well, okay, what... Was that our second year of college when we turned 20?
Yeah.
We were kind of thriving a little bit.
It was, like, around end of first year of college. Things were still looking up. I had hope in my heart.
How quickly that fleeted out of our minds.
But it was there. for a little
20.
bit.
I feel like 20 and 21. I enjoyed those years.
Right. Well, because 21's like, oh, you're 21. Like,
I can
you're
have
an
my
adult.
first beverage, my first ever alcoholic beverage.
Right. I wonder what that's like.
I know. I remember the first time I ever, on my 21st birthday, had a beer touch my lips and pass through my lips.
So this is what alcohol is like.
Right.
Hey, you got to start off strong, you know. We start off with the Four Locos, and
then die. I just wanted to like comment that like the thing that was the most fake about that story is that it would be a beer.
Yeah.
I would drink.
Right, out of any alcohol you could have picked, you picked the one you never drink. We're like, Derek, try this beer. It's good. You'll like it.
Literally, oh, it has notes of passion fruit, or Derek, it has notes of pumpkin spice. No, it all just tastes like wet bread. I don't care if it's artisanal. I don't care if it's the best IFC. Wait, what IPA? IFC is like a movie channel. The best IPA in the world. I saw a meme today, and it was like a picture of this like very like posh man, and the caption was, he just drank cat piss and said it's the best IPA he's had all year.
Dude, I had an IPA that literally, I don't even remember the name. It had like cat in the name, and I took one sip and it was horrid. I just called it cat's piss because I got them for free from somebody who didn't want them, and me being the person who thinks, oh, free beer? Awesome. So of course I take them. I take one sip and I could just feel like, you know that picture when SpongeBob eats Gary's food for the first time? Yeah, that's what I looked like. But I still just finished it just to choke it down. I didn't want to be rude.
That's me whenever I drink any beer. Also, when our friends made wine, homemade wine, and like they hyped this up, and I was like, I mean, I don't really like wine, but like I'll give it a try. Literally tasted like rotten egg. It was the worst.
It was not made correctly.
I've ever tried in my life.
It will not happen again.
When you were 21, do you feel like you drank more after you turned 21, or do you feel like you drank less? Like, oh, now it doesn't matter. It's not like fun to go out.
Well, we all know the secret, like, for good tasting alcohol is the illegality of it. So, after 21, it just kind of gets to that point where it's like,
once you're not flirting with the law anymore, it's like,
it takes the fun out of it, but it's still enjoyable to have drinks. After 21, it just kind of gets to that point where it's like, yeah, I will go to the bar just to hang out with like friends. I mean, not right now, but back then when you could, it was still like a fun social thing to do. I did drink, but not, I guess, to the extent of
how you did when you first like tasted alcohol.
Well, at that point, it's like you're starting college. It kind of gets to the whole like environment of you're on your own. Alcohol is available to you, so you're gonna want to at least expand on that a little bit. You know, you're gonna want to try it. You're gonna want to see the limit.
Well, here's the thing, like, everyone that I knew was going to bars and stuff when we were like 18, 19 with like fakes. Yeah. But like, there was no way that any bouncer was going to believe that I was 21. Even now, people don't believe that I'm 21.
That's the power of the beard. I was 18.
There's like an ambiguity. Like, are you 30 or are you 18?
Right. No, so many people thought I was 21 when I was like 17, just because I had a full beard in like high school. So everybody's like, you look so old. You know how old I feel? During Christmas, I was talking to like my little cousin. She's like 11 or 12. And we're still sitting at the kids' table because at that point, no new kids are really being brought in, and there are no more chairs being added to the big one. So the kids' table just turns into the
bunch of 30-year-olds.
Yeah, smaller adults table. And so we're sitting there with my younger cousin, and I'm telling like, oh yeah, you know, just had a birthday. I'm 23, and she's like, you're 23, and I'm like, yeah. How old do you think I was? She's like, I thought you were 30. And I'm just like, oh boy, I'm getting there, guys.
I'm sure she wasn't the first person to think that,
and she won't be the last.
Here's the thing, like, the first time I went to a bar and drank was my 21st birthday.
Right.
We went to that gay bar.
Yeah.
Which wasn't a gay bar at all. There was nothing gay about that bar.
It was just a bar.
The gayest thing about that bar was me, and I left in a heap on the floor. But yeah, like, I'd never drank at a bar before turning 21, so I feel like I missed out on that whole, like, experience.
It really wasn't much. It's just a scary experience of...
When am I going to get arrested?
Right. Well, it's like you got the big old X's on your hands. You're like, okay, hide these in my pockets, wash them off in the bathroom, the old...
Oh, the strategy that goes into it.
Really, but I mean, everybody knows the strategies, which is why they wristband you. So if you don't have the X's, but you don't have a wristband, then they just kick you out. You know? Because it's like, how do you not have a wristband, but you don't have X's? They know you washed that off. Or if your hands are, like, bright red from, like, scrub.
Ripping the skin off with
Literally.
the permanent marker. They're not using Sharpie. They're using industrial permanent markers.
They know what they got.
Yeah, no, I didn't start drinking until later. I mean, I wasn't drinking in bars, like, going out until I was 21. So, like, my 21st year felt like a big deal, because I was like, oh, let's go out, guys.
And then... Yeah.
And that kind of ended pretty
prematurely.
Quick. Yeah.
We had a good year of that.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, my birthday this year was in quarantine.
Yeah. Lucky.
I remember in, like, maybe May, being like, oh, you and, like, some of our other friends who have birthdays in, like, August or September. I'm like, oh, we'll be able to do something for your guys' birthdays.
No.
Cut to our friends. My birthday's going to come up and we're still going to have to do it again in quarantine.
Right. Fingers crossed we don't make it a whole nother year for the next one. For me.
My Taylor Swift year sucks, but maybe my Miley Cyrus year will be better.
I'm currently in my Blink-182 year, so if that doesn't distinguish which one's the gay one here, I don't know what will.
It was rap Miley. That's kind of... That's straighter, right?
Is that Bangerz Miley?
It was Bangerz era Miley, yeah.
Okay.
Remember her with, like, the basketball hoop?
No.
That's straight.
Is it?
She's on a basketball court in the video.
I'm glad Bangerz Miley made it on the podcast. Shout out.
The first and not the last time Bangerz Miley will be discussed.
She'll come again. I'd love to have her as a guest.
So, also, other people, I feel like, are at, like, when we say, like, oh, entering your 20s is, like, this new life experience, other people are having, like, kids and, like, getting married.
Right. There's so much variance.
Right. Like, we are not doing that in the slightest.
I hope not.
Could you imagine having a child right now?
No, but we know people.
So
I
many
think we're
people.
all on that age where it's like you go on Facebook, if you do go on Facebook, but you go on social media, you see people posting pics like, oh, we're engaged. Oh, our first child's on the way. Like, all this crazy stuff. And I'm just, like, sitting in my bed, scrolling Instagram, like...
with a bag of chips next to you, just like, huh.
Pretty much.
Wow. And it's not like I'm passing judgment, I guess. It's just I'm so far removed from, like, being in that
Right.
reality that I can't even fathom what it would be like.
Right. No hate. I mean, I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah.
All those out there getting married and stuff. I'm just not near where you're at, and you're not near where I'm
the meme where it's going to be like, I'm going to be 35, like, wow, you're having a kid? Like, still shocked that, like, my friends are going to be, like,
right,
people
45, getting a text, like, we're pregnant, and they're just like, oh my
damn.
God. And they're just like, we
planned that.
We've been trying.
Oh, right. No, that's fully going to be
Congrats.
I'm going to be, like, 50, like, hey, guys, I'm going to have a baby. And it's going to be like, finally.
Right.
I'd be like, I feel like it's kind of early for me, but it's too soon still, but.
Right. I know I'm kind of pushing it, but I figured it's now or never.
What about, like, New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolutions?
Are you going to do any? Do you ever do any?
I usually don't. Like, I'll think of something up on the spot on New Year's, just like, oh, this would be nice to do, but it's not like I keep track over the year. I feel like New Year's resolutions are kind of like, just for the sake of creating what you want to do, and then trying to hold yourself to it just only at one point in the year, because then you just fall off. As the months go by, as time passes, you're just less eager to work on it just because New Year's was so long ago. So, I'm not a big New Year's resolution kind of guy, but I feel like a not New Year's resolution, but something I'm currently working on, is my fitness journey.
Which I love for you.
Thank you.
I feel like you're like set the, like, people start on New Year's their fitness journey, and you're, like, ready to, like, show off the new bod on New Year's. You're like, oh, guys, I'm one step ahead.
I've been working on this for a while. Reveal video.
If you don't rip off your shirt at our New Year's party, I'm gonna be so mad. With full abs.
We all know those high school guys who just had the shirt off every function they could.
Oh, if they had a shirt on, something was like
the excuse was to take it off.
Yeah.
We could just be sitting in a room talking, and it's like, oh, guys, it's so hot in here. Let me just...
The amount of times straight men just love being, like, shirtless.
If you got it, flaunt
Constantly.
it. Right.
I guess gay men do too. Maybe it's just maybe this is not me.
It is men.
Maybe this is gonna be your like nude era.
My nudist era.
Your nudist era.
2021, I'm going nudist, guys. Check out my OnlyFans.
If you just like walk into like any room just wearing like a G-string, we're just gonna be like, oh, it's Brendan again.
Classic Brendan.
Classic Brendan.
What are you gonna do? Are you planning on any, Derek?
Okay, so I'm gonna set the New Year's resolution of I want to be less miserable in 2021 than in 2020. And if I can't do that, if that's not like feasible, then like, what's the point?
Right, that's a January resolution.
Yeah, if I can match the amount of misery for 2020 to 2021, then like, something's wrong.
Right. At least we're looking for like baby steps.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties aside, now let's jump right back into it. New beginnings. Yeah, there's a lot of things starting off in your 20s that kind of changes life from before. Say you're mid-college, so in your 20s, you'd be going through this still changing of personalities, finding out who you are. Do you feel like you've changed? Say personality-wise, like at the start of your 20s, like before when you were a teen, still in college, and then the second half of college, do you feel like you're different than the first half?
It's New Year, New Derek. No, I feel like even from like early 2020 to like now, like I've gone on like a personality like overhaul.
Right.
Yeah, no, if looking at like who I was when I was like 20 years old is like, ew. Literally That's literally me at myself from like 2 years ago.
Icky Vicky.
Icky Vicky. Literally, you can just describe my entire like 2021 as Icky Vicky. Ew.
I think that's a great way to put it, because I do think we're just constantly growing and changing, especially not even year by year, less than that. Like month by month, I feel like I'm still picking up new things and I guess kind of adding to who I want to be.
Well, it's also like environment. Like
right.
We were in like chaos in college, so like that's obviously going to be like rubbed off on us.
Right, just because it's just being surrounded by all these people, college especially, you have all these clashing ideals of all these different people, and then just kind of getting shot out of that, just going back to hometown, seeing how everything was here, you kind of come back. Like you go to college with your hometown personality, and then you kind of get ran through the ringer, and then you just kind of get shot back out as this new person back in the old environment, and it's just so different.
Was it weird for you to like go from like living with just like your friends to back to living like at home?
Yes. Oh, it's so different. I don't spend a whole lot of time with my family, even though I still live at home.
You're, like,
I still
under the same roof.
Right. I still do my own thing, and that's just so different from living with my friends at my college house, just because I feel like I'm always around them. We'd always just be watching TV or just doing something together where we're not like interacting with each other fully, but we're still just in the same area doing similar things just together. So it's just kind of a different experience from that to just going home and just kind of back to doing my own thing with my family members just around the house.
Like lurking in corners, and then you see each other once a day, you're like, oh hey, you're here,
right.
You're here too.
Right, just passing each other as I'm on my way to hang out in the basement. My dad's watching TV, my sister's walking around the house doing whatever. So it's just kind of like everybody's got their own schedules and their own little agendas.
Yeah, I mean, like...
How about you? Because you went from apartment to another apartment.
Yeah, I mean, well, even that's kind of, like, different, because, like, obviously, like, my old apartment was, like, on campus, kind of, like, it was, like, barely off campus, so, like, I would see people constantly, I could go do all kinds of stuff, and now it's, like, okay, I have this new apartment in, like, a big city where, like, people are spread out, so, like, it's different, and also... I feel like we're like older now, so we're not like doing the same things all the time. So like me and my roommate aren't hanging out like every single night. Like,
right, you guys have your own schedules, your own lives doing stuff. Right, so it's just kind of passing each other by.
Careers.
So coming out of college, you know, you're working these smaller jobs going in. You're just trying to pay to get you through getting that degree.
We're career men, Brendan. We are career men.
I know, but I'm just giving the before and after. You know, before your 20s, it's all about this focus of just making money to kind of get yourself surviving, make the money, pay off loans, stuff like that.
How old were you when you had your first job?
That was mid high school. I want to say 16, maybe 15 and a half, just because it's just got a car, so
Illegal child labor laws.
It was a fast food chain. If you want to count first, like, real job.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to count, like, the small, like, side jobs doing stuff. But, yeah, it's just working at a fast food chain and just day in, day out doing that to kind of focusing on, now that we have the degrees, looking for big salaries, not, say, by the hour kind of payments.
Right.
Looking for things that actually have benefits.
Imagine getting dental.
Imagine getting dental.
Oh, that is a concept that I can't even like wrap my mind around. It's working fun. Somewhere and then being like, thank you so much for working for us. Here, have all these things.
Paid time off.
What's a vacation?
Right, vacation. Days I don't have to find somebody to take my shift.
Days that someone isn't going to randomly call me and be like, we need you to come in.
Right, that's so foreign to me.
Never heard of that.
Exactly. And yet we still have friends who are currently progressing their careers. And then there's us. Working on it. Working on the career.
Working on the career.
Yes.
We'll get to the working on the career, like, eventually.
Yes, but we're working on the career.
Yeah, we'll work on.
Yeah, I'll put that on my list of things to work on.
Yeah.
Working on
working
on the career.
Right. You need to work on your list, though, before you can work on the things on your list. I feel like what's the word? Receded? Like, my hairline. No, like, I was actually working in my field, and now I'm not.
Right.
So, like, that was kind of a culture shock.
Right. Because you went from doing things for the school that were video related, working at their program, and
I thought I was hot shit. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 21, working in my field, like, doing school. Yeah, like, doing something, working every day in your field, being like, oh, I feel so, like, grown up. To suddenly being thrown in, like, you're working retail, and you're not doing anything
relevant.
It just makes you feel not as, like, old.
Right.
Or, like, not as, like, mature. Like, when I was 21, I felt more mature than I do now at, like, 22.
Right, and that's coming out of high school when I have a internship at a studio.
Yeah.
And also doing, like, working at weddings. I'd consider that relevant just because I got the camera in my hand, I'm doing all these things. I'm in the field shooting. That feels good. But can't really have weddings when there's a global pandemic.
They do it anyway, Brendan.
You're not wrong.
It was weird because, like, talking about, like, new beginnings, like, in your 20s, I feel like that's the time where, like, people are at the most, like, doing completely different things. Like, some of our friends have their career started. Some of our friends don't at all. Like, we are kind of not at all either, but
we're
like,
in the middle. We know where we want to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the point of getting there through the brick wall that is recruiters.
Yeah. Ew, that's a bad word.
It's the correct terminology.
Like, some people are married, some people having kids, some people haven't gone to college, they're still just living at their parents' house. Like, some people are done with degrees and onto their careers. Like, so many people are doing so many different things at this time in their life.
Right, and it's all okay.
Yeah, find your own pace. As long as you're moving forward, that's all that matters, right?
Right, and even if you're not completely sure of what you want to do, that's still okay as long as you're improving on bettering yourself.
Mm-hmm. Doing something in the meantime.
Right. Filling your time with
meaningful. And things that will push impactful things in your life.
Yes.
You don't want to be stagnant like water. Like sewage water.
That's not stagnant.
Oh, wait. What is stagnant?
A pond.
Oh, flies.
Flies. Flies.
You don't want to be flies.
You don't want to be a fly.
You want to be a wasp.
All my homies hate flies. All my homies hate wasps.
Wasps are the devil. They do nothing good for us. At least bees, like, pollinate. Hornets, I don't think they do shit either. I think hornets and wasps we can leave in 2020.
Right. We've evolved past
the new beginning is going to be eradicating wasps. That's my new beginning.
All right, we're bantering. We need to...
Yeah, we need another topic. Let me make sure that I don't have any...
Because we are on past 25. We're coming on 26 minutes. And
that's so much time we still have to do.
I know.
Well, can we focus on, like, the new year?
We can, but we still need, like... What other new beginnings are there? Because we did career. We did, like, living arrangement.
We did marrying. I want to go to a wedding.
I want to go to a wedding too, and not work at one. I want to actually be enjoying myself at a friend's wedding.
I have never once been to like a full, like, to the nines, like, wedding. I've been to like a kind of a wedding.
Yeah. No, I've never been invited to a wedding. I've only been to the ones I've worked at, and I've been to ones where it's like a family, like a distant family that you don't really know, but it's still kind of like the courtesy invitation. So you go, you don't know anybody there besides the immediate family of you. And then it's just like these people, their friends, all having fun, and you're just kind of at a table.
You're in the back corner like, hi.
Eating the chicken, congrats, and then you're just sitting around for the rest of the time because you don't know anybody.
One of our friends needs to get married soon because literally I just want to go to a wedding. Right. I just want to like be drunk at a wedding.
Right, and just cherish the moment.
Mm-hmm. I want to hear Come On Eileen.
I want to hear Come On Eileen. I want to dance. I want to shake my ass.
Dancing Queen.
Dancing Queen.
Ugh. That's all literally like, all I want at my wedding is like bops.
Bops.
Like bop after bop. Like none of this like white people music. I want bops.
Well, it's your wedding. You can make the playlist.
Although I've heard that it's kind of like bad. Like the DJ's supposed to like take charge sometimes.
You can pick the DJ because the DJs are supposed to know the right time to play the music, but it's also your choice about the variety of music they play.
Ballads at my wedding? No. Sorry, my first dance is gonna be to WAP, so...
You don't want Bret Michaels at your wedding?
Bret Michaels?
Get a little poison?
No! There will not be a single, like, minute of ballad of, like, we're gonna take this down a notch, folks. No, not at my wedding. We go up. That is by the end of the night,
we're peaking.
Our legs are moving so fast to the music, it's like, we're like the Flash.
I don't know. I feel like there's a time and a place for a ballad. All right, you throw on Wagon Wheel. Oh.
If you put Wagon Wheel on, I'm leaving. That's my, like, cue to grab a drink at the bar and leave.
My family loves Wagon Wheel.
Why?
It's played at so many, like, family... I don't know why.
If I'm just putting it out there, if any person listening to this podcast has Wagon Wheel at their wedding, I am leaving. Literally rushing to the exit and running for my life.
Well, I'm glad you stayed. You enjoyed the fish or chicken, whichever one you checked up on.
We always go chicken.
We always go chicken.
I don't trust fish.
Mm-mm. So, I'm glad you could stay, but we'll see you at the after party.
Sorry, Darius Rucker made an appearance, which means I have to leave.
After that, Lil Nas X is the closest we can get.
Rodeo? We'll see.
I'm sorry, I'll play The Get Up.
What is that?
That TikTok song.
Which one?
Ooh-hoo-hoo.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Uncultured. You gotta stay with the times, man.
Okay, so that's the thing. I realized in 2020, going through, like, the Spotify songs of the year, I know none of them. I used to know every single song that was on the Billboard. I was like, oh, Katy Perry, we know her. Gaga, we know her. 303, we definitely know them.
Oh, we know 303.
And I think I knew maybe, like, 10 songs from this year. Like,
Let me guess. Ariana, Taylor Swift.
No, I haven't listened to Taylor Swift's new albums.
Her folky.
Yeah, we'll get to it eventually.
Will we?
Yeah, maybe.
You can have fun with that.
Yeah.
Abby can have fun with that.
Abby won't have fun with that. Mandy can have fun with that. Yeah, no, it's like I went on a musical journey in 2020.
Wow, spiritual.
And, yeah, like instead of like going on like a soul adventure, I went on like a musical adventure.
Okay, and how would you say you came out of it?
I would say like, guys, I'm like indie now.
Wow.
No, okay, I'm gay indie. Which is like...
He's a little Tame Impala.
Yeah, I'm a little coin.
Please, if anybody ever comes up to me and says, guys, you need to listen to Tame Impala.
There's this really underground band.
Nobody's ever heard of them, and it's just, I'm so much better because I listen to them.
It's like every person who's ever been to a music festival and taken shrooms knows who Tame Impala is, so...
Right. Like, I've know Tame Impala. I've heard the damn song that you all... It's always the same song.
It's always the less I know, the better.
Yes.
Always.
We've all heard it. We get it. It's okay. It's a good song. I'll give you that. It is a good song. Jenny, but I don't care.
Jenny, name one other song by Tame Impala.
Literally.
Then we'll talk.
It didn't change your life. It's just a decent song.
It's a good song. It's not my favorite Tame Impala song, but it's good.
It's a good song. I'll give you that. Stop telling me to listen to it.
It's like 5 years old at this point.
Right. You didn't discover music.
Guys, there's this like really underground song called "Yummy" by Justin Bieber. It only hit number 2 on the Billboard, so it's kind of like underground.
Was that at the Grammys?
I don't know. The Scammies?
I don't know.
I don't know, Brendan.
I tried to listen to it and I couldn't.
Well, so he was coming out with like every remix, like a week. Every week he would come out with a new remix with like somebody else on it, trying to like get it to number 1. And I feel like that's just like a lot of like
What was that?
It ended.
It ended?
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that it doesn't keep going. Like, it does.
I know.
Because at least with mine, it stops, but it makes it a new file. Like, it just continuously keeps going.
I know.
And that's the main reason why I'm picking the camera that I'm going to upgrade to. But
So, yeah, you're going to get like a whole equipment, like a whole new...
yeah, so I'm planning on switching. For all of those who care about cameras, this will be our little camera portion
Our
of the
segment of the show about
Right.
cameras.
So I really did a lot of research, and I am selling all my Canon equipment, and I'm switching to Sony. So sorry, Canon fans.
I've been scalped.
Dude, Canons are good, but I just did so much research that at the price range I'm moving into, Sony still just kind of stays at the top. I mean, there's like other brands, you know, the Panasonics and the Fujifilms, those are good, but
Fujifilm, wow.
they're still relevant. But I still think that I'm getting the most bang for my buck with the Sony, and plus the ability to upgrade with these lenses is there. I mean, I don't have the money to upgrade to these $1,000 lenses, but the opportunity, if I ever do have money, is there, which I can't say for the other brands.
We've gone on like... By we, I mean you. Well, it's sort of me. The like journey of like cameras that we have used in our lives. Back in high school, we were literally using... I remember filming videos with my flip camera.
Yeah.
My flip camera. It flipped like those cell phones.
Yeah.
That had like the keyboard.
It had a certain look to it called grain, but...
Yeah, called... It looks horrible.
Called 320p, but...
Called... This looks like you paid $40 for this camera because you did.
Right. But it got the job done.
And then I had the... I can't remember what... I had another camera, but then I spilled coffee on it.
It added a distinct smell to it.
Yeah, it's called...
Tame Impala Indie
What?
Coffee.
Oh, you know, I'm just gonna get I'm gonna start a candle company and just name each candle after like an indie band, and like for Tame Impala, it'll just be like shrooms and coffee.
It'll be a half-burnt cigarette and...
No, that's 1975. 1975
Ah.
is Hollister cologne, burnt cigarette, and vomit.
Mm.
But like the vomit's like just a hint. It's just like a little like whisper in the
Right.
background.
And we'll name it Holden.
Holden.
I'm trying to think of like a weird like white boy name.
Oh,
Because they have Jake already.
yeah. Oh, hey, let's not. Whoa. Let's not come after.
I'm sorry I came after Derek's favorite cologne.
Let's not come after Jake from Hollister, guys. He's different than the others.
Yeah, sure.
Just like Jake himself, he's different
Is
than the
he?
other ones. Yeah, he's different than the other guys.
Okay. Yeah, that's what they all say.
All I'm gonna say is I smell great. So let's talk about like 2021.
Let's talk about 2021. What beginnings are you planning on having for 2021?
Hopefully a career.
Hopefully a career.
Like maybe not even like my actual career, but just like working towards that.
Yeah.
Maybe working somewhere as like a nice little jump start.
Right. Because I really want to get in somewhere, like a studio. I want to work my way through a studio.
Yeah.
I want to get a start in somewhere in a studio because I hope to one day have my own studio. So I really want to get learning about the ins and outs of a studio, working there, learning kind of base level to working my way up, seeing all the little intricacies that come with having a studio. So I think my goal is to just kind of get a little bit more into that. Actually getting in somewhere and start actually putting the pieces together.
Yeah, and also like doing stuff on my own. Like I want to just film stuff.
Right.
Like why not?
That's another big thing. Once I actually do upgrade this equipment, I really want to go out and start shooting anything, everything. Just have footage to edit and put together. Make something that looks nice. Maybe put together a director's reel.
Ooh, wow, that's a lofty goal.
I know, but I really believe in myself to be able to do it.
I just want to be more creative in 2021. And I feel like doing this is already kind of like...
It's a good start.
Yeah. I mean, there's creativity in this, right?
Y'all think this is creative? Let us know.
This is what we do anyway. We just, like, hooked up a mic now.
Right.
So, I guess not really, but it's a start.
There's elements involved.
Hey, I had to make a logo.
Right. Adobe is open, so you know we're working.
Literally. Adobe stays on.
In this household.
During sex.
The After Effects stay on during sex.
Oh my gosh, Audition is on during... Wait, oh, maybe not Audition. Maybe not Audition. Photoshop for sure.
Right.
She can stay on.
Premiere?
Depends on, like, what's going on. Flash. Yeah.
R.I.P. Flash.
Paint stays open.
R.I.P. Paint.
I know. Well, I still have it on my laptop.
Don't tell him.
Wait.
Cut that out.
I cracked the code. What else can happen in 2020? Like, I don't
A
even...
lot can happen.
Well, here's the thing. Is like, I feel like 2021 is kind of like a different year because we don't even know, like, what's possible in 2021. Can we leave the house in 2021?
Well, that's like asking yourself, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know, man.
Is the world going to be around?
Right.
Are we still going to be floating through the solar system by 2025?
Right. Like, I can tell you, like, what I want to do, but I can't tell you where I see myself because I don't know where I see anything in 5 years. I might be just packed up, new city, new me.
Our parents' age, it's like, oh, 24, I'll be married, kids, working in an office. That's like the standard. But with us, it's like, I don't know, I could be backtracking in the Amazon on like shrooms or...
Backtracking?
Is that what I said?
Yes. Backpacking.
I'm going to be backtracking
because you're on shrooms
because
I'm
on shrooms and I entered some, who knows what, some other realm. You know what I'm excited for?
What are you excited for?
I'm excited to be 30.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
You know, when you're like 15, you're like, ew, old. I'm excited to be 30 because you know what? You're going to have so much stuff together by the time you're 30, hopefully. You'll be in your career. You'll be hopefully in a better mental state because you have your career and you have a nice house or an apartment that you've been in for a couple of years. The stability of being 30.
I'm hearing a lot of speculation here.
I mean...
You have high hopes for yourself.
I think that's the expectation of by the time you're 30, you have your life together.
That's what you'd want.
Yeah, I think that's attainable. What? Okay, if in 7 years, if I don't have anything together, then I guess it's never gonna happen.
I should never too late to start over.
If I'm 50 and I'm like, maybe this will be my decade. At that point, like, I'm just gonna go underground.
Underground.
Just
I'm
like
off
Tame
the
Impala.
I'm off the. Please, no more.
You know, bringing things together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we like to call a callback in the industry.
Yeah. See, we're good at this.
Are we?
Yeah. We definitely didn't take like a 5-minute pause. Like, what now?
Who me?
No, yeah. 20's. It's a new beginning. It's an unexpected because like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right.
We didn't think there was gonna be a pandemic in our 20's.
Nobody did. We didn't think there'd be a pandemic period ever.
In hindsight, I guess it's kind of...
You remember the jokes people were making like 2016, like, we need a new plague. Well, we fucking got one.
People watching Bird Box, why don't they just stay inside?
Right, why don't you stay inside?
Listen, Craig.
Literally, I see you sharing over at the bars with your picture of Mark. Outside, I'll add you, alright?
With a heated backyard.
Right, with the plastic covers around your outdoor eating.
Is that how desperately you need to be having a marg at a bar? That you're going to sit outside in sub-zero temperatures with a little plastic film around you so that you can not be freezing.
Breathing the same air as the 50 other people with the same idea.
Chugging the air.
Filter feeding.
Literally.
That fresh restaurant air.
Have fun.
I think we're just going to leave this one here where it is. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Hopefully you have a great 2021.
Hopefully you have a great... Hopefully we all do.
Stay inside or hang out with small groups of people if you're going to be doing something for the new year.
Stay smart, I should say.
Yeah. That's a lot to ask,
That
Brendan.
is, yeah, you know
That's
what?
a lot to ask.
Just do your best, guys. All right, nobody's perfect.
We're all
but
just trying.
Just try. That's
Yeah,
all I ask.
yeah.
So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Also, I just wanted to give some credit to our awesome friend Jarrett Larson of J Squared, my favorite band on earth. They're actually underground, not like Tame Impala.
No, they're better than Tame Impala.
They are definitely. I want to do shrooms and listen to J Squared. That's what we're doing in 2021.
Right. Everybody stay woke.
Yeah, they created our intro and outro music, so...
Everybody give them a quick follow. Check them out on Spotify, Apple Music, right?
I don't know. Do I look like a peasant using Apple Music?
We don't use Apple Music, but I'm sure you can find them on there. Check them out on Spotify. Check them out on YouTube.
Check out their music video for Dream on YouTube, created by us. And yeah, thanks again, Jarrett, for making that.
Right. Shout out, Jarrett. We love you. Thank you for all the hard work you did. We appreciate you.
Yeah, so I guess he'll just end this episode with this song.
Play my track.